Dear Patriots, before the news starts, please subscribe to our patriotic channel by clicking the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up to this video. Don't forget to leave your opinion below in the comments section. Share the news on Facebook and Twitter so your friends see it. Thank you.
Just in Nikki Haley forced to flee Sudan after something terrifying happened. Nikki Haley was forced to flee Sudan after a visit to a camp for displaced people went awry, according to CBS News. Shortly after Haley left the camp, UN security guards fired tear gas to disperse the crowd of more than 100 residents who looted and destroyed the office of a charity operating there, an aid worker at the camp said. The aid worker spoke on condition of anonymity out of safety fears, the network reports. The UN claims that residents became upset that she was not able to meet with them, due to time constraint. People are not happy, one resident was quoted as saying. After the incident, Haley was flown to the Democratic Republic of the Congo, where she will resume her three-country tour of Africa. The scary incident follows Haley's increasingly fierce rhetoric against the international community. Like Donald Trump, she is not willing to sit and watch the world destroy itself. She is demanding action, and she did in Sudan right as the riots broke out. Haley said she won't care that the U.S. no longer trusted South Sudan's government and was no longer prepared to wait for change. She did not give details, according to the CBS report. Comment, stay safe and share if you're happy to see Nikki Haley safe and sound. Her toughness might get her in trouble, but she's doing it to keep America, and the world, safe. Months after Trump saved Puerto Rico, San Juan mayor just did dirty deed to stab him in back. The mayor of Puerto Rico's largest city is now calling to void the contract to fix the Puerto Rican electrical grid. Whitefish Energy has now signed $300 million contract to fix the electrical grid after the hurricane. San Juan says that the contract is alarming and should be voided right away. It seems like what the Puerto Rican people are going to be paying for, or the American people are going to be paying for, is an intermediary that doesn't know what is at stake here and that really has to subcontract everything. What we need is somebody that can get the job done and that has the expertise to get the job done. This woman is going to single-handedly try and ruin all the efforts that have gone into saving her country. That's just plain sad. Share this to get this to our president. They need to be warned that there are snakes in the grass in Puerto Rico. What else could you expect from a Democrat? Ben Carson sets internet on fire, says the one thing that will shame liberals forever. Ben Carson just hit back hard at his liberal critics. Hard. And there are a lot of them. Because the left is jealous of Ben's success, of his story, of his past, everything, because Ben destroys the phony narrative that the Democrats have been crafting behind the nanny state. Ben is opposed to it because he, unlike Nancy Pelosi, knows what the heck he is talking about. He lived through some tough times and in some rough places, and he knows what it takes to come out the other side intact. When he was named Housing and Urban Development Secretary by Trump, the left went nuts. Said how could Trump pick Ben for such an important position? They asked what his qualifications were, but Ben just stayed quiet and went about the business of transforming that failed agency with a dose of good American ingenuity. According to the Free Beacon, Ben was speaking at the Hills Newsmaker Series event when he was asked about the hardest part of his new position. What were some of the obstacles that you saw? He was asked. Was it maybe not thinking outside the box, that idea that you just raised? Have you changed the mindset at HUD? Carson said HUD was run like most other government bureaucracies and detailed how that is a soul-crushing existence for all involved. Full of useless rules and regulations and petty nonsense. Turf wars and politics and pensions were what drove the workers, not the actual job of making people's lives better. And that is the problem with the Democrats. They have failed so miserably they have given up on new ideas. So Carson said he has started small and made HUD start to look towards the end goal, not look at the small rules and regulations that stifle innovation. Then he was asked about his critics and Ben said, "When I first came a lot of people were saying, but you're a doctor, so you can't possibly know anything about housing, how can you possibly run HUD?" He looked into the camera and said the one thing that will shame liberals forever. "You know, people are so stupid." Correct, and by that he means you liberals. Share if you agree with Dr. Carson. Seconds after landing in Dallas, Trump put out hand and got greatest surprise of his life. Trump has arrived in Dallas today to attend a campaign fundraiser. He is going to be raising millions for the GOP re-election fund. Trump is extremely popular in Texas. You can see it written on the faces of everyone that showed up to the airport to greet him. Watch the incredible thing he does when he walks up to this crowd. God bless our president. These are the videos that the media doesn't want people seeing. It makes him look too good. Let's fight the lamestream media together by sharing this video so much that they cannot hold it back. Do you think our president is doing a good job? Sound off below, y'all. Traitor. What Paul Ryan just said during a secret meeting will have Trump furious. Paul Ryan just announced his plan to give up Donald Trump's best chance to build the wall. According to Breitbart, Ryan told members of Congress that he intends to add DACA to an end-of-year spending bill. The comments came during a meeting that was closed to the press, but his plan leaked shortly after the meeting ended. Two House Republicans confirmed to the HuffPost that Ryan mentioned at the gathering slipping DACA amnesty into the spending deal, the network reports. When Donald Trump announced the impending end to DACA, he did so under serious legal pressure. His predecessors started the program illegally and several attorneys general were about to launch a legal battle against DACA that the White House would surely lose. So Trump ended the program, but promised to bring it back as long as his demands were met. Just this week, Trump claimed that he would support a DACA deal if it included funding for his border wall. But Paul Ryan wants to give that bargaining chip away. He would doom Trump's immigration agenda in the process. Comment MAGA and share if you support Donald Trump over Paul Ryan. The past has indicated that Ryan will support our president if we demand it. We must demand it now. Rosie O'Donnell breaks silence on what Trump's epic win did to her. Entire USA laughs out loud. Remember the debate when Megyn Kelly got nasty and tried to trap Trump with comments he made about Rosie? Megyn badgered him asking if he ever called women fat pigs and he looked right at her and said, "Only Rosie." It was perfect Trump, funny, honest, irreverent and strong. I think at that moment he won the race because America had never seen a politician so bold and unafraid. Like a breath of fresh air. When Trump won and Hollywood and the media went numb, a few like Rosie promised to leave the country. With bated breath we waited, but they never left. Just stayed around, popping up to bash Trump on occasion before they go back under their rocks. But one Hollywood celebrity has been quiet. Rosie O'Donnell. Besides a few Trump-bashing tweets, she has not spoken in public on what Trump's win did to her. Until now. In an interview with W Magazine, Rosie reveals the depth of her despair. "It was a severe shock to my entire essence and my beliefs in the order in the world. And to think that the man who had abused me so viciously and with impunity for over a decade was now running the country. You abused him too, you holier than thou fake martyr," she continued. "I haven't done any interviews since he's been elected. I haven't been on television doing interviews since he's been elected. It has taken me a full year to integrate the reality of him being a president in a way that I don't come across as either so full of rage that no one can hear my words, or so sad that I can't articulate the level of pain. It didn't work. You still sound bitter. I did a lot of therapy. I wasn't in shock anymore, as much as I am devastated, disappointed, disheartened, and depressed by the reality of it. I wasn't in pure panic mode like I was that day and that week. There are people who tell me, oh, it's going to be another year, another 2 years, and I seriously worry whether I personally will be able to live through his presidency, and whether the nation will be able to live through it and survive. I thought you were moving, Rosie. You have money, pack it up and go to France or Canada or whoever will have you. And make it snappy. HT the Blaze.